It's made all the more painful if you've just watched GTI Jeremy, the estate agent from hell, sail through the first few seconds of red. And you sit listening to your Morrissey tapes, waiting for the lights to change, and strange thoughts begin to seep through your brain. You imagine that GTI Jeremy is already at home. No, not at his home. He's at your home, with your girlfriend, your mother, and sisters. Even the dog loves him more than you. And heaven knows you're miserable now. The reassuring truth is that even if that entire scenario was true, Jeremy is only ever going to get 1 or 2 sets of lights ahead. Traffic lights are programmed that way. So he'll only just about have time to get through your front door and put on your slippers before you'd be there to reason with him in a mature and large caliber way. Now imagine what happens when 2 matadors of the red lights of equal density try the same trick at the same time at the same lights. One jumps the first few seconds of red. The other hits the throttle on the first millisecond of red and amber. It's the motoring equivalent of the Big Bang. Only this bang doesn't result in the creation of a new and wonderful universe. It just makes a mess. Weather like this is bad enough, but sleepiness is also a big problem on motorways. The danger hours are between 12 and 2 and 5 and 7 in the mornings. The Ingmar Bergman hours, as we cinephile traffic cops call them. When the mind goes up the hills to Bedfordshire, leaving the car to go driveys all by itself. Beware, the brain is a curious organ. The moment you drift off is often the time you feel safest. Just shut your eyes for a minute. Can't do any harm. But you could wake up dead. The best thing to do is to get a 20-minute sleep. If you can't do that, then do all that you can to stay awake and alert. Just as some places are notorious danger spots, there are some drivers who are more likely than others to end up with a face like a steering wheel. But how shall we know them? And am I one of them? A living, breathing accident waiting to happen? Of course, there are very safe drivers that drive well within the limits, are always cautious and never take risks. And there are drivers who use the roads for demolition derby practice, undertaking, overtaking, tailgating, red shooting, tearing around like Michael Caine in The Italian Job, who think they're dead smart, but should really have stuck to their scale X-trick. All this means that our chances of having an accident change from day to day. Nevertheless, some of us are more likely to have an accident than others. If you've had an accident in the last 3 years, you're twice as likely as other drivers to have another one in the next year, whether or not the accident was your fault. If the accident was your fault, then you're 4 times more likely to come to grief within the next year. And if the main cause of your accident was down to speeding, then you're up to 9 times more likely to do it again over the next 3 years. And if these statistics give you sleepless nights, then good! Because these roads, your roads, all bloody roads, are potentially dangerous. But it's not all doom and gloom, because remember, next year's statistics haven't happened yet. A small reduction in speed will turn a fatal into a serious into a minor, and a minor into a near thing, and a near thing into a nice day out. So, don't be a dickhead, ease off the gas.